experience and have demonstrated the pride and strive for excellence, in which case they're nominated for the team. It's an application process. We take them on the road with us to see what we do, see if it's right for them as well. And then we go through an extensive interview process as well. All the guys up here are combat veterans multiple times over and have at least 1,000 hours of flying time in fighters before they even are allowed to apply. And ultimately, what we're trying to accomplish with that is just picking the right people that are going to go out there and represent our great airmen that are serving all over the world. Nearly 700,000, 20,000 deployed at any given time overseas. We're there to represent them, as adequately as we can, as well as their families who are indeed making a lot of sacrifices as well, and then all the veterans. I know there's a ton of veterans, a ton of great Americans here at the race today, and it's an honor for us to be able to do the flyby in conjunction with the 82nd Airborne doing the anthem, and all in all, just trying to be a great part of this, or a small part of this great event. So thanks.
Okay, we're going to go over here to Bruce, and then we'll come back over there.
Bruce Martin, Speed Sport Magazine and Autosport. How razor thin is your margin for error?
That's a great question, Bruce. It's one of those things where we do fly closer than most people are used to seeing, and it's the result of just hundreds of sorties, time, practice, dedication, a lot of trust and teamwork, just like every crew working out there, and how they're able to get those jets and pull the tires off and just do everything they do as quick and precisely as they can. It's just it's a team effort from start to finish with a lot of practice involved. So what you get is the finished product of a bunch of jets flying just a few feet apart with a lot of very focused airmen doing the job.
Yeah. Mike's coming to you. 1 second. Mike's coming to you.
Rich Iceland, RPM tonight. I was pretty much going to ask almost the same thing, except how close are you physically to each other when you're up there in formation?
So I'm Ryan Bodenheimer. Thanks for the question. I think the best way to answer that is we start just like you would when you're learning to do anything. So you start far apart, and then you get closer and closer and closer. So now we're at a point where we have about 3 feet between the aircraft. So when you see us fly over today, we'll have 3 feet.
Is there anything else? I did want to ask, I know you guys took Chase Elliott and Bill Elliott up earlier this week. What was the feedback from that flight?
It was a very unique opportunity to fly them both together. I mean, obviously Bill Elliott being a legend, Hall of Famer, and he was nothing but incredible to meet. And obviously I didn't get to fly him, but our number 7 and 8 back there took the duo up. Chase Elliott, what an exciting week he's had as well. So we're honored to be a part of that. 20 years old. I wish I was as successful as him at that age. And both of them came out, flew with us, crushed it, as did Mark Long as well. He had a great flight and great coverage also of what we do in our mission. But obviously we have some support for him this week going into it with the fact that he flew with us, pole sitter, great success yesterday, obviously. They were gracious enough to bring our team up also there at the winner's circle, and so nothing but great job from them, and thank you for their support of us as well.
Okay, so we'll take 2 more questions. We have Terry right here, and then we'll go over to John.
Terry Sabston, WNDB here in Daytona. The F-16 is an awesome airplane, but can you give us some numbers on it? And also, it's getting to be an old airplane. Are y'all going to upgrade anytime soon to some newer aircraft?
Terry, I'm Nick Everling. Thanks a lot for your question. We're real proud of the F-16. About half of the current pilots, including Thunderbird 7 and 8, flew the airplane, many of which in combat. So incredible stories to share there. And it's no slouch as well. So you guys know about power and weight, and our version of the F-16 has more power than it has weight. So about a 60,000 foot per minute climb rate. And during the shows that you'll see back for the Wings and Waves here in Daytona, you'll see us climb 3 miles straight up in less than 30 seconds. So it's about a 0 to 625 second jet on takeoff. It's a total kick to fly.
John Reyes and Reyes Broadcasting, Chicago. In your camaraderie, do any one of you guys tease each other as being the Top Gun?
Yes, sir. I'm Alex Turner, the number 6 pilot, and I'm new to the team. this year, so I've only been training for a few months. But even in just that short amount of time, the camaraderie that I've seen has just been it's just been amazing. It's very representative of what our other Air Force squadrons out there experience, and at least in the flying world, there is very much a friendly banter back and forth, and that healthy competition that you see even here in NASCAR as well, where everyone's out there on the track looking for the win, but at the same time, everyone finishing the race and everyone achieving the goal is still together. But it's tough to put your finger on it, and every position is different, but absolutely, sir, yeah.
Is there any other questions? We do have one in the back where a mic's coming to you, and then we'll wrap things up.
Donna Beth Weilenman, Benicia Herald. Could you give us a little example of how what you do here is similar and different from combat flying?
Well, man, that's a great question. What you'll see is a six ship. When you come back to Daytona here in several months for the air show, you'll see a little bit different profile that will fly. And what you have here with 1 through 4 is what we call the diamond, kind of the nucleus of our show. And us flying together demonstrates the incredible teamwork we have in the Air Force, the precision of what we do in combat, and then when we tag on the solos and bring it together for the Delta, it exemplifies that teamwork further. But when they're on their own, they're also showing just the incredible capability we have in our aircraft and a lot of the platforms that we have. They're not even necessarily aircraft. The capabilities there, although we're have some red, white, and blue painted aircraft, they are combat aircraft. They have flown in combat, the ones that we actually fly by today. And like I said, all the guys are combat veterans as well, and we will go back to a combat unit after this assignment. But ultimately, what we're demonstrating today has all those qualities of our incredible combat airmen that are all over the world right now, and we're just again trying to represent them the best way we can.
And I'll just tag onto that, boss. So it's something about our jets when you see us fly. So there's going to be 6 of us up there today, but behind every one of those jets are 20 plus airmen that are helping us get those jets airborne. So maintainers, public affairs professionals, IT professionals, all kinds of different people that help us accomplish the mission. It's the same thing in combat. So every sortie we launch in combat, there's 20 plus people behind that making that jet get airborne.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. I know Lieutenant Colonel Hammond, we have a special presentation to make to our honorary pace car driver, so I will turn it over to you and welcome our honorary pace car driver at the same time, John Cena. So come on up.
Thank you, man. Yep. Just move the chairs back. It's a little tight up here. Hey, sir. All right. Honored to meet John Cena up here, and the stage just got a little bit tighter up here, so hopefully nobody falls off with his presence. But John, I know just like us, you're excited to be a part of this great event today, and we're excited to see you out there, and I hope everything goes well for you. We have a little presento we'd like to present to you, as well as the Daytona International Speedway. And it is us flying over the Daytona Speedway as of last year in the same formation you'll see today. So thanks again.
Thank you, guys. Stay right there. We're going to do it right now.
I'm going to be going about 450 miles an hour slower than those guys, I'm sorry. Let's talk Daytona. How about it?
Well, we'd like to formally welcome John Cena. Here's our honorary pace car driver. John will be pacing the 40-car field.
Thank you again to the Thunderbirds as well.
John will be pacing the field to the green flag in a Toyota Camry, 15-time WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and he has a new series coming up on Fox, upcoming reality competition series, American Grit, premiering Thursday, April 14th, 9 p.m. John, welcome to Daytona. Much better weather here today than it was when you were here about a couple years ago.
Yes, I'm glad I wasn't this proves that I wasn't the reason for the bad weather. I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. We got rained out in 2012, and I was supposed to be kind of involved in the race festivities. It's good to be back here now, knowing that we're going to race today. It's going to be great. So I'm happy to be back, and certainly excited for American Grit. Thanks for plugging the show. Make sure you guys do your due diligence and plug the show. I would appreciate it. But today is going to be fun. It's going to be awesome.
You're the last man standing in front of the green flag and those drivers. Talk about the thrill of being able to drive a Toyota Camry in front of these cars today and leading them to the green flag.
I actually got to take the Camry around the track a few times just so they made sure I wouldn't drive it on to do donuts on the infield or something like that. I was really excited just being out there alone in the empty stands at 7 in the morning. And I know the history of Daytona. I was just seeing a little thing on Fox Sports about the actual production Dodge Daytona. And me being a muscle car freak, I go back to the Daytona, the Superbird, the Mercury Cyclone, the Torino Talladega. Like, I know about this stuff. It's really an honor to be at the 500, pacing the 500. When you put it into perspective, somebody who digs automobilia history, somebody who digs racing, somebody who digs sport and entertainment, because that's actually what I do. It truly is really, really an honor to be able to be included in the Daytona 500. So it'll be special, man.
Excellent. We're going to open up for questions. We're going to start right up.
That was the fun part. Fire away.
Right over there, and then we'll work our way up front. We're going to start right here.
Guy with the hand up. Okay.
Oh, I guess we are starting with me. Brian Mapes from Xfinity Sports. First, I'm sorry there were no trumpets as you were introduced for your theme.
You can catch them on the internet. Don't worry about it. They're all over the place.
First,
inside meme humor between the two weird internet guys.
Can we get a pick for WWE Fastlane tonight for the main event? Lesnar, Reigns, and Ambrose. And most times they can't see you. Are you taking any special precautions to make sure the drivers can see you in the pace car?
First of all, in the Fastlane match tonight, there is a 33% chance that one of those people will get to the main event of WrestleMania. You can catch the event on the WWE Network. If you don't know how to sign up, go to www.com now and make sure to watch Fastlane and WrestleMania. Second, for my cloak of invisibility, I've installed a brilliant series of lights on top of the high-performing Toyota Camry that I'll be driving today. Those lights will be on, and I will use those to pace the Daytona 500. They will see me today, my friend. They will see me.
Let's go to Mark. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go to Bruce, and then we'll go to Mark.
Bruce Martin, Speed Sport Magazine and Autosport. John, NASCAR's got a lot of aggression. The drivers out there.
I know where you're going with this.
It's a very aggressive sport. How do you compare the aggression in NASCAR with the aggression in your sport?
It's different. It's different. Like I said, being out there on the track alone, I can only imagine being out in a pack 3 wide, sometimes 4 wide, literally with millimeters in between you and the wall, you and your competitor, and it truly is that 3-hour plus adrenaline rush of you got to be at your best all the time. WWE combines the best of sport and entertainment for our consumers. So essentially we're doing the same thing. We're trying to give the best show for our fans. I think in NASCAR, I think a lot of NASCAR guys could have a very spirited future in the WWE because I've seen their tempers run rampant. So I guess we do share some of the attributes in that respect, but we're more for trying to really put a smile on the WWE Universe's face.
Mark Long with AP, straight ahead.
We're going to Mark, and we're going to go to Jim, and then work on our other side over here.
You called yourself a muscle car freak. What
Yes.
do you, what's your collection look like? What do you got?
You know what? I guess the vehicle I'm most proud of now is a 2006 Ford GT. I'm very much anticipating the 2017 Ford GT as well as the Automobilia World. I love the fact that they put it powered by an EcoBoost V6, but I thought the GT in its own right kind of shares the heritage with Daytona, with the Superbird, because it just shows that America can certainly hang with anyone who claims they can make a supercar, and the mass manufacturers, when they decide to just knuckle up and make something that's really fun to drive, they can do just that. So I like the GT just because of what it stands for. And of course, it was the platform used on the Mustang that's popular now, and some of it actually transfers to what you'll see on the track today.
Go to Dan.
Dan Gelston, the Associated Press. John.
Dan, let's talk.
Let's talk. John, how is the shoulder? When are you expected back, and are you officially ruled out for a WrestleMania match?
That's the dude that notices my hand in my pocket. Yes. I am 6 weeks out of rotator cuff, AC joint, bone surgery that they completely fixed a bad shoulder of mine. Watch this. Okay. It doesn't hurt at all. Honestly, I feel great. Just give me a second to do that. As far as me participating in WrestleMania, April 3rd, only on the WWE Network. Magic 8 Ball, say ask again later.
Going to go to Jordan, then we're working our way up to Jim.
So following up on Dan's question,
Follow up on it then.
You're not
That is a
confirming
nice
that
blazer. Is that a velvet blazer? It's nice.
Yeah,
that is. It's nice. It's good.
Thank you. You're not 100% out for WrestleMania then? You wouldn't say that?
Is that your contention?
I'm just asking.
Is that your contention? Or you're asking? Oh, okay. Percentage-wise, I'm somewhere between 0 and 100. That's safe. That is a safe estimation for me right now at this time.
We're going to go to Jim.
JimOtterMotorsport.com. Yet another follow-up.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Last year, Kyle Busch, injured, misses Daytona 500, wins the championship, but still regrets not having the opportunity and participating in what is NASCAR's biggest race. Whether or not you do actually compete, even with everything you've accomplished in your career, does the even possibility of missing WrestleMania still gnaw at you if that were to take place?
The great thing about WrestleMania, especially WrestleMania being in its 32nd year, and our unbelievably dedicated WWE universe, I know there will be a WrestleMania 33 and 34 and 35, hopefully 100. It would be personally unfortunate for me to miss WrestleMania, but if I can't perform, it would be unfortunate for the people watching WrestleMania to see me try to suffer through something that isn't worthy of the event. I take a very unselfish approach to my job and what I do, and realize that people spend their hard-earned money to enjoy what we do, and our goal is to give them the best show possible. If I can contribute to that, great. If I can't, then it's not helping any one of our fans. Just like Kyle with his broken foot, you can't pull a Ricky Bobby and go out there and drive with a broken arm. You know, it's not good. But he came back and won the championship. It's a great story, and he came back in lightning fast time, which is something I'm trying to do. So we'll see if it works out.
Okay, we'll work our way over to Tom and Lewis, and then we'll work our way back over here.
Hi, John. Tom Jensen, FoxSports.com. Who you got today?
Junior runs great on this track with 2 wins and 7 top 5 finishes. He runs really good on this track. I'm selfishly a Carl Edwards guy, and I like the backflip for the finish. I think it's a nice touch to end a race. So hopefully Carl gets into victory lane.
Louis Franco Reuters over here. A lot of people have.
This is good. We got a good pace going.
There you go
for the pace car.
That's it. So, like, what's next? What kind of role would you like? Maybe in Hollywood, or like Schwarzenegger run for governor of some place? What do you see?
I'm going to take a pass on the politics thing because it just seems like a big argument nowadays. As far as movie roles, that's up to the guy who gets the movie roles. He's over there. Please throw food at him if you have it. Throw that Egg McMuffin at him right now, or not. Don't do it, but do it. Don't, but do it. No? Okay, it's fine. Just keep texting. It's fine. No, honestly, I'm really excited about this series coming up on Fox, and it is April 14th. It's on Fox, and I'm really excited because it showcases our military. It showcases truly how wonderfully functional they are and how they can motivate regular individuals. I'm really, really proud about what we're putting forward on American Grit, and I hope everybody watches and enjoys it. After that, we'll see where it goes.
Okay, in the back, then we're going to go up here to Greg, and we'll try to get over there.
Chris Boyle from the Daytona Beach News Journal. Daniel Bryan retired. How did it hit you to see a guy that you've worked with for so long call it a career because of injuries and being the face of WWE? How much longer do you think you've got doing it?
You know, realistically, I think I can probably go another 100 years before it catches up with me. I kid. You know, being in our business that does truly involve sport, there is an element of sport to it. I tend to think that as long as I can keep up with the field, and in Brian's case or Daniel's case, he felt that it wasn't a good idea. I get to live my dream every day. I know that it's a privilege, and it's not a right. It's not something entitled to me that I get to do what I do every day. And when the time is up, I'm living a dream anyway. So I'm lucky to have done it at least once. And I think Brian has that same perspective. So how long do I expect to keep doing it? As long as I can keep pace with the field, man.
Up here to Greg.
Which I will be doing today, driving the pace car.
With the lights on it.
55 miles an hour. You'll be able to see me. The lights will be on it.
Greg EngleExaminer.com, but I also work for the local Fox affiliate, and I'm retired U.S. Army, so I want to know about the American Grit, the show. How did you get involved in it? I mean, what are we going to see?
It was a concept that started a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And there were Jedis, and then there was the dark side. Sorry, that's a whole other thing. It was something that kind of came about when I wanted to get involved in doing television. And this concept came about where we showcase our military heroes. And basically what we have is a competition in which 4 decorated military heroes. We have a U.S. Navy SEAL commander, we have an Army Ranger sniper, we have a sergeant in the U.S. Army, and a decorated member of the United States Marine Corps. They will get their own team, and they will use the skills that they've acquired over their service to motivate their team to try to make it to the end of the competition. And it is a beautiful landscape. We have a wonderful field of competitors, but the stars of the show are the members of our U.S. military. I'm proud to have them. They are wonderful people. We couldn't ask for a better 4, and I think America will see this, be proud of who fights for their freedom, and be motivated at the same time. And maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll see you on the next American Grit.
Okay, we have time for 2 more questions. We're going to right over here, and then we'll wrap up here.
Dustin Albino. John, could you compare this injury?
Hold on, tell me where you're from. You just can't blurt out a name like that.
Speedway Digest.
Okay, that's fair. That's some BS title that you just threw at me. Don't worry, I believe you. I don't, but it's okay. Question.
John, could you compare this injury to some of your others and then also talk about your friendship with Carl Edwards?
Yes, Carl and I are friends. I will see him today. We will discuss life. We'll discuss fitness because we both work out. I a lot less because I'm injured now. My injury hurt, just like all the other ones. They hurt, and surgery sucks. And I just want to get back to living a normal life. So my job right now is physical therapy. I do 12-hour days, and I'm going to get back as soon as I can because I don't like being injured. As you can tell, I couldn't even sit down. I like being active. I like being up here. So hopefully I'll say hi to a friend, and on top of that, hopefully I get back soon.
Last question over here.
Last question. It's over?
It's not up to me. Doug Turnbull, WSB Radio. Well, one question here. Which makes you more nervous, driving the pace car to America's biggest race, or certainly NASCAR's biggest race, getting in the ring for right before WrestleMania, or getting naked in front of Amy Schumer in a movie?
Yikes, that is a great last question. I kid. Easily today, because I know the honor and the tradition of what's at stake. I was born naked, so being naked is just the way I was born. This is, and I'm comfortable in the ring, whether it's 5 people or 100,000 people, just like it's going to be on April 3rd, only on the WWE Network. Being at Daytona, I mean, you guys. This is why you guys are all here. This is why I'm here. I said earlier, it's a race that transcends the race. It transcends the entity. It transcends the business. It's a destination. You know, it's truly an honor to be part of this. So I will be sweating tacks in that pace car today, but you will be able to see me. There's a light bar on there. I'll be out there.
John, good luck to you. Looking forward to seeing you out there.
Just
going to pose you next to the Harley Giro Perpetual Trophy.
Just going to do this real quick because this is awesome.
John, to your left. John.
Thank you guys. Have fun today because that's what it's all about. I know you guys have to cover all this stuff all the time, but it's all about fun at the end of the day.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Pleasure, man. Thank you.
We're now like to welcome the honorary starter for today's Daytona 500, newly elected Baseball Hall of Fame center fielder Ken Griffey Jr. Ken was voted in by the Baseball Writers Association of America, record-breaking 99.32% of the vote. And today, Ken will be waving the green flag as the 40-car field comes to the start-finish line for the Daytona 500. Ken, talk about the honor of being here to start the race today. What does it feel like to be here at Daytona International Speedway?
Well, since I live right around the corner in Orlando, this is truly an honor. I've watched the race numerous of times. It's been here 3 times since I retired. So to be able to start the race is pretty cool.
Open up for questions. Raise your hand. We'll bring a wireless mic to you. We'll start right over here. Then we'll go to Bob.
FoxSports.com, Gerard Turner. Ken, just wondering if you have a favorite driver that you support or kind of follow, and is there a particular driver that you're thinking might get the job done today?
Well, I've always been a Earnhardt family fan. I wore black batting gloves on Sunday when I was with the Reds. So, and then Dale, for his charity, asked me to sign a couple things. So, most drivers, sign a tire and stuff. I was like, no, I don't want a tire. I want a hood. So I got a hood from him that's promptly displayed at my house. My wife was like, where are we going to put this? I said we could put it on the ceiling. We could put it on the wall. Having a tire, the only thing I could do is put a glass top on there. But also got a chance to play golf with a certain race car number, driver number 24. So I'm really superstitious about certain things. So he's no longer racing, but I hear he's in the building. So I'm going to definitely go visit him. But also having the wave the green flag and number 24 will be the first car coming by was pretty cool too.
Going to go to Bob, then we'll go to Bruce.
Bob Hockers, ESPN, here in the middle. As one of the newest Hall of Famers, Barry Bonds this week said that he thinks that he's a Hall of Fame player. I was curious what you think.
Yeah, I think that, overall, if you look at what people have done, it's not my vote, so I can't, vote for him. But, if you looked at what he's done, those numbers speak for themselves.
Bruce?
Bruce Martin, Speed Sport Magazine and Autosport. As a White Sox fan, I want to thank you for the catch you made against the Twins in that play-in game in 2008.
It was the 2 old guys.
Yes,
Tomey.
you and Jim Tomey. And how do you compare the athleticism that a NASCAR driver has to have out there wrestling these cars around, no margin for error for 3-4 hours at a time?
Athletes are going to tease each other. Football players want to be baseball players. Baseball players want to be football players. Basketball players want to be baseball players and vice versa. I don't think anybody that wants to drive a car 200 miles an hour, I don't see us doing that. The things that they do to get themselves in shape day in and day out, I look at JJ and him riding a bike, running marathons, things like that. These guys are guys who take what they do very seriously in their training, their eating, and everything, and nutrition, and everything else. So they are athletes. It's funny because most of the drivers are 5'7", 5'8"-ish. There's a couple of them who are at 6 feet, but you look at that in baseball and the sports world, they're little guys, but they do just as much damage as anybody else. I mean, anytime you have to drive a car, listen to a guy on the radio, figure out what you want to do, strategy. I mean, it's a lot of things that go on other than just driving and making left-hand turns. So these guys are athletes.
Okay, we'll go to Dan, and then to Doug.
Dan Gelston, the Associated Press. How you doing? Two-part question. One, do you think Barry and Mark being back in the game can help their Hall of Fame chances?
I have no idea. I mean, my thing is I don't vote, so what my opinion really doesn't matter. It's up to the guys who do it for a living to decide what they want to do. I mean, I was honored by them voting for me, but it's up to these guys to determine, if they get in or not. It's not up to me.
All right, thank you.
Doug, and then work our way up to John and up here.
Ken, Doug Turnbull from WSB Radio in Atlanta. Quick question about technology and how it transforms sports. In baseball, there's very intense instant replay that now goes to the central office, I think, in New York City. And in NASCAR last year, they implemented the video officiating on pit road. Do you have an opinion on how, if it's good or bad or neither, technology is transforming how sports are officiated?
It's always good. I mean, I think, as a fan, of any sport, you just want the call right. That's all we want. We want to, we teach our kids, to be fair and things like that. And if you make a mistake, you apologize for it and things like that. As a former player, we just don't like it to take so long. We just want to make it quick like everybody else. Hey, here's the decision. Let's, move on. And we just want the call right. Nobody wants to win a game on a bad call. People want to win the game on the call that was correct, and you can respect that.
John Reyes on Reyes Broadcasting in Chicago. Kenny, when we met many, many years ago as a rookie, you were more interested in talking about those two Rottweilers you had, your pets. But let me ask you this. Very few people are aware that you have never set foot in the Hall of Fame. That's unique. Could you speak to us about your reasoning behind that?
I am very superstitious. I have traded in a car because I didn't get a couple hits in a couple days. Yeah, I've done that. I walk around home plate the same. If we're on third base, I walk around the umpire. If we're coming in from first base, I walk straight in. I've done some other things, but I've played at the Cooperstown game 3 times, and I've gone straight from the hotel to the ballpark and never seen the front of it. And my thing was, the first time I go in, I want to be in there. Not knowing it was going to happen. But like I said, I'm very superstitious. All my friends were like, hey, we're going there. I'm like, okay, I'll see y'all later. They're like, you're not going to go in? You got a lot of stuff in there. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. So in a couple weeks, I'm going to go and visit and make sure that I get the lay of the land. I know where the ballpark is, know where the hotel is. It's just the building that I miss. And we had 2 rainouts there, and I never went in. I sat in a gym, a little high school basketball gym for 6 hours. I'm really superstitious. Drivers have superstitions, so it's not that far. Everybody who plays a sport has something that they do. Even you guys have it too. I left to go to a ballpark at 12 o'clock, mainly every day, if it was a night game. So I'm really superstitious. So, I've gotten a little better as I retired, but it's still the same.
Right up here.
Tom Bowles, front stretch. Ken, I just wondered if you could comment on the state of the game as a new Hall of Famer. There are a lot of studies out there that show baseball has a little bit of an aging fan base. They've done a lot to try and speed the game up in recent years. Do you feel like the game needs to do more to connect to the younger generation? How do you feel baseball is right now with some of the World Series numbers that have at times not been what they used to be, ratings-wise?
Well, everybody knows I have 2 kids. Both of my boys play football. You can't teach the love of the game. I think the biggest thing is, NFL has a great fan base. Their commercials are unbelievable, and baseball just hasn't stepped up to the plate and done those things to make it fun. You know, in the mid '80s, you had the NBA having Fantastic, and you didn't know who was going to say it. You know, even then, you had MLB with This Week in Baseball. We just don't have that group where parents actually sit down and watch sporting events with their kids anymore. So I think that's the biggest thing is, you know, guys who, baseball fans go to baseball games, but that's all they have. You know, they don't have the commercials for kids that makes kids go bug their parents about going to play sports and going outside and playing catch. I still do a little bit of playing catch. You know, my 13-year-old wants to play baseball, but it's tough because he wants me to coach, and I tell him that I'm underqualified for that position. I did coach him in Pop Warner football, but that's a little different. You know, I didn't have, you know, every parent come up to me and ask me, hey, can you think my son could be Jeter? Can you think my son could be this? And I'm like, is he having fun coming to practice? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, then he's good. And that's all I tell parents when I have these talks is, as long as your kids are having fun coming to practice and they want to get in there, then you're going to be fine. It's when they don't, you got to pick a new sport.
All right, Mike, and then we'll wrap things up with Dinah.
Mike Neff from frontstretch.com. Ken, we saw the video of you getting the call to let you know that you made it into the Hall of Fame. I'm just curious, did they let you know up front what the phone number was that was going to ring, or did you get some random call from Cooperstown, New York, and decide to answer it?
They let me know that there was a number that was going to call. But my friends played a little trick on me. One of my friends called me and seeing how fast I would answer the phone. And he was standing like 10 feet in front of me, so I looked at my phone, looked at him, and was like, really? He said, I just want to see if your hands is fast still. So from that point on, I blocked him, so he can't call me no more. But, you know, it was the longest 24 minutes, you know, that I had to wait. I was sitting there going, looking at the call. And then you're thinking, well, maybe they ain't going to call. And I got all these people at my house. I still was going to party, but, you know, I still got to feed these people. But, you know, it was fun. I mean, but it was just you know, I would rather right there and that probably been 3-2 in the ninth inning with the game on the line than be sitting there that long. Yeah.
We'll conclude things with Dinah.
Ken, Dinah Pulver with the Daytona Beach News Journal. This is for a 16-year-old boy in my Sunday school class. What's your best advice for a young teenager wanting to improve his baseball skills?
As the great Allen Iverson would say, practice. You know, it takes time. You know, if he's inspired about playing baseball or any other sport, it's just practice, going out there. You know, people talk about, you know, you have to have a trainer, you have to have this. No, you just got to go out there and play. My dad has always been a guy that tells me, you're not going to be the biggest, you're not going to be the strongest, you're not going to be the fastest. Just don't let nobody outwork you. And those are the things that, and when he said that, you know, and I was like 10, I was like, okay, Dad. And then as I got older, I understood that. And he said, you don't have to work in front of people. It's your name on the back of that jersey. So when you go out and work, you know if you did your job or not. And that's the most important thing. You know that you did your best. I think that's the thing. And also, you know, I never talk to my kids about scores. You know, it's not about, I want effort. Everything is about effort. If you're winning and you give me an effort, everybody understands that. If you're losing and you give me an effort, you're going to give me an effort in life. And that's what I look for, is when my kids give me an effort, it's not when they're winning, it's what they do when they're losing. And that's what, you know, builds character for me.
Ken, thank you very much. We're going to pose you in front of the Harley J. Earl Perpetual Trophy, Daytona 500 Trophy, for a quick photo.
Now, they told you that I get to take that home
You
with me.
cannot have it. I'm sorry.
It's the only thing I want.
I know.
Right here, we'll get this one over with.
Come on, Andrew, you got it.
Good. All right, man. Clear? Go ahead. No. You need to take it for you? No. All right. Or you want to come around and do it? Huh?
Hey, how are you? How you doing? All right.
And starring in the upcoming high-action thriller London Has Fallen, opening in theaters nationwide March 4th. And,
All right, calm down. Calm down.
And today, Gerard will deliver the most famous words in motorsports. Drivers, start your engines. And, of course, he's taking part in all the pre-race ceremonies, including riding in one of the Grand Marshal cars prior to the race. Talk about being here, Gerard. And, again, what should we expect from your command today?
From my command? That's a surprise. I have something up my sleeve, though, that I think you might like. Or not. But no, it's we'll see what happens when I get out there. I like living in the moment.
Talk about being here for the Daytona 500, being here at the Great American Race, NASCAR Super Bowl, in the atmosphere and enjoying everything.
The atmosphere, I got to tell you, is blowing me away. I even have my mother here, my stepdad, my aunt, friends, and my mom. I was just walking here, and my mom came up and took my hand, and she's like, "Jared, this is so exciting." They told me to stick together, so I'm going to hold your hand. Anyway, so it's and arriving here today to the stadium. Oh my God, what an aura, what an atmosphere! I'm really excited to get into this.
Excellent. If you could talk a little about London Has Fallen, the sequel to Olympus Has Fallen. What makes this film different? What should fans expect from it?
So we were only going to make a sequel if we could take it somewhere else. We were so happy with how the first one turned out, but this time we're off to London, and the British Prime Minister has died under mysterious circumstances, and it's a state funeral, which of course broadens the canvas, but it turns out to be a plan to take out a lot of the world's most powerful leaders. So it is this balls to the wall, crazy action through the streets of London with me and the president, a lot of the time on foot, not knowing where to turn because they have to clear out London because we don't know who's who. So it's a very intense movie, and I have to say, now we're doing all the screenings. The response has been fantastic, so I'm happy.
Excellent. That movie opens on March 4th again. If there's any questions, please raise your arm, and we'll bring our wireless microphone to you. We're going to start right up front. We're going to get a mic right up here.
No? Okay. Thank you, guys.
No, that's all right.
Zach Tanzarelli, Front Stretch. Of all the actors that you've worked with, who would you think would make the best NASCAR driver?
Angelina Jolie. I don't know. I've worked with some pretty badass dudes. But, I don't know. Maybe Aaron Eckhart, because he's really got his wits about him. He's an exceptionally focused guy. I think I could see him going out. Yeah, I could totally see him in that helmet. You know, getting into that car, beating me. I hate him. God, you guys don't laugh much, do you? No, okay.
All right, any other questions? Right back here? We'll get the mic coming for you. Get the mic coming for you.
If you played a legendary NASCAR driver in a movie, who would you play?
Ooh. Well, it was a good story last year, I have to say. I know you guys love to hate him, but it would be kind of fun to play Kyle Busch coming back. But I think the most emotional, powerful story that would really grab people would be Dale Earnhardt Jr. I mean, that would get anybody. I mean, what an incredible story. What an incredible family. Yeah.
Anything else? We'll go right in the back, and then we'll come up front. So right in the back, and we'll come up front.
You guys have a lot of good movies amongst your drivers.
Brian Mays with Xfinity Sports. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling your driver start your engines, but have you given any thought to just going, "This is Daytona"?
You see what happened to that stand in front of you? You see the power? I channeled Leonidas, so effectively you just channeled Leonidas, and look what happened to the stand in front of you. That was awesome. I wish I'd met you before we did that movie because you'd have been in it. That's for sure. Yeah. Now I'm tempted. You know I'm going to say no, don't be silly, and then I'm going to go to the organizer and say, can I say this is Daytona? Who knows? You know, maybe you might be claiming that one.
Excellent, Gerard. Thank you. We have to wrap things up. Thank you very much for being here. We're going to pose in front of the Harley J. Arrow Perpetual Daytona 500 trophy.
Anyway, I just want to say, guys, it really is an honor to be here. I'm so excited about this. I can't wait, so thanks for having me. Yep. Thank you. Thanks, Mom.
There we go. Push it up.
To your left.
Okay.
How's everybody doing? I don't know if you're zone. Woo!
You guys need a drink?
Woo! We're now joined by Florida Georgia Line performing today the Daytona 500 pre-race show, and they will also be coming back here on Memorial Day weekend to perform the Country 500 with about 44 or 45 other artists. Kick things off with Brian, being back in your hometown. Actually, just for both of you, being here in Daytona in general, but I know Brian, especially for you, just get remarks from both of you guys.
You know, it's 100% a dream come true to be on a completely different end of it. For 4 years in high school, playing for Seabreeze Baseball, the Sand Crabs, we'd sell merch in a little trailer for all the racers, hats, all sorts of merch, and we'd raise money for our team, and doing that for 4 years and coming to the races as a fan, and then coming back and getting to entertain and play some of our songs and get in the mix, man. The energy here is undeniable. It's unlike anything else, and we're so excited. It feels really good to be home. It's a beautiful day, and God's good, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more. It feels good to be in Daytona. I'm a huge race fan, all types of racing. I love it. So I'm happy to be here. The weather's beautiful. We're gonna throw a big old party for 200,000 people and then watch the race and have a cold beer. So we're excited.
Excellent. If we have any questions, raise your hand. We'll bring our wireless mic to you. And maybe as we're trying to build up a queue, I wanted to ask you, what is it going to be like coming back Memorial Day weekend for the Country 500? And no race cars here that weekend, but really just the amount of talent that's going to be here and playing that crowd.
You know, it's going to be great energy. I think it's going to be a huge party, and we've already heard a lot of great things about it just from being here for a few hours that we've been here today. So we can't wait to come back Memorial Day weekend, man. It's going to be awesome. We're excited.
Who are you rooting for today? Where's the rooting interest lie as this race will kick off on your concert?
I got two people. I'm taking Junior or Chase Elliott. So there's that.
Kevin Harvick, because we like to drink beer.
Brian, given this is a hometown performance for you, in terms of the crowd, how many family and friends do you have here today?
I think quite a bit, man. I was tweeting and Instagramming, sending out some texts saying I want to see everybody and make sure all my friends and family and everybody's here. So I'm trying to have as many people up on the bus after the show and enjoy the race and catch up. And it's good to see already this morning. You know, kind of seeing people walk by. We were doing an interview. And, hey, Brian. Hey, Tyler. And I look around. And it's people I 100% know, and it's a great feeling. And like I said, the energy here is amazing. We're blessed beyond measure to even be here and doing our thing, man. Thank y'all for having us.
Okay. We got a question right over here.
Hey guys, Kyle Souza, Race Chaser Online. I'm just wondering, the new stadium, have you guys first had a chance to tour the new grandstands? And second, what's this like to perform here at a brand new stadium the first time they unveil it? And how does it compare to other places you've performed?
That's 3 questions, by the way. I just want to clear that up. The grandstands is beautiful, man. It's amazing. We have not toured it yet. We just landed probably an hour and a half ago, but flying in over it, it was awesome. It looked like it was already full of people. It's kind of cool. So, man, yeah, it feels great. This is already a special place. You can feel the energy, man, and it just feels good. So, like BK said, it's an honor to be here. It's a huge day for us, a huge day for racing, a huge day for America and everybody that just everybody that's shown up. So, very excited, and yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Oh, we have one in the back. We'll get a mic to you.
Hi, I'm also a sand crab. And a fellow sand crab, Greg Allman and his brothers came up through the ranks. And when they were still here in Daytona, they played a lot of local clubs like the Martinique and the Wreck. What kind of local clubs did you guys get to play in before you hit the big time too?
Rockin' Ranch, was that it, bro?
I don't think we ever played the Rockin' Ranch. I think we had some good times at the Rockin' Ranch. I know that, but I don't think we've played anywhere local here in Ormond or Daytona just yet. We're looking forward in May playing here, like we said. I know that's going to be huge. I think today will be a little bit of a taste of what we're going to bring. I think we're only playing 5 songs today, so a little, just a little taste. But I think it's going to be on 12 when we come back in May. It's going to be a big party, like Tyler said. A lot of other artists, a lot of our friends, and it's going to be a big old celebration of country music and life. And but you know, Tyler and I toured and in my Tahoe for quite some time and hit the East Coast, and then ended up hitting the Midwest a little bit and hitting a ton of clubs and a ton of little bars, smoky bars. My parents made it over to somewhere in Orlando to see us play sometime 2010, I believe it was. And so I think that's definitely helped us, help prepare us along the way. You know, we show up and play our music no matter how many people show up or what circumstances. I think that's made us better entertainers, better humans, and it's part of the process. It's been a blast starting literally from the ground up and working our way up. It's awesome.
Excellent. We're going to wrap things up again. Looking forward to seeing your pre-race show today and welcome you guys back on Memorial Day weekend for the Country 500. So, but before we do that, before we do all that, we have a special presentation from the president of the Speedway, Joey Chitwood. Joey?
Thank you, Andrew. I can't think of a better local joint to play than the Daytona International Speedway when you think about it.
I agree.
It's a great place to...
We've been waiting for this one.
Maybe it's a local joint stadium, I think. We'll tie the two. But we're honored to have you here. You know, it's our opening with the Daytona Rising Project, 2.5 years, $400 million, and you guys get to be the first artists to play it to a great crowd. We actually got some special guitars for you. I've got Sam Bass with me. Sam Bass is a renowned NASCAR artist, so we have designed some Daytona 500 guitars for you to play today. So we really thank you for being here, and we want to present these to you guys, and we'll take some photos, and can't wait to hear you guys just rock it out there. Thank you.
Man, that's beautiful. Thank you.
Dang.
You can step out for a second, then we'll do a group one with you too.
Better get to play these today.
The chair.
Absolutely. These are beautiful. Thank you, guys.
Okay, you got it. Yeah, thanks. We'll put you in this.
And gentlemen, right over here, please.
Mike, let's put it in front of the trophy. Let's put it in front of the trophy. Okay.
Okay, first right here. Perfect. Smile. There we go. All right, perfect. And everybody else. To your left. And to your left. To your left.
Mike, we'll put him Sam now, okay? You ready?
Sam.
Thanks, Sam. Thank you guys for being here. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. One more, guys. We really appreciate it. One more, Sam. No, Joey? Sam. Good. Okay.
Sam. All right, guys, here we go. Right here. Perfect. To your left. All right, look down, Sam. Right down here.